Dear friends, thousands of children are killed each year in Iraq, Palestine, and Lebanon. They are victims of armed conflict, poverty, and injustice, to which the world often turns a blind eye. In the refugee camps, towns, and villages of Palestine, children are being denied adequate access to medical care and education by checkpoints and an illegal war.
In the afternoon, kids fill this Gaza street. But 4-year-old Isra is too afraid to come outside. She always complains her eye hurts, her mother says. Isra was wounded on the street where she played when an Israeli airstrike in March killed 2 Palestinian militants in a car. Retaliation for a suicide attack that had killed 11 Israelis. 3 children died. Isra, badly wounded, lost an eye.
It was congested with kids. It was in the afternoon.
Steve Sussman, an American from Ohio, wanted to help the little girl feel like a child again.
The hardest part of our job is coming across children who need something that you cannot provide them.
We were playing and all of a sudden we felt this explosion, something blew up.
It was a rocket that landed in the middle of a Saad Mahmoud soccer game in the Gaza Strip last September.
I was aware and I was watching everything. I was looking around. I saw people dying. I saw my friends, they died.
And Assad is a 15-year-old boy who was playing soccer in the street with his friends one afternoon last September when he was hit by an Israeli missile which was fired from a tank, we believe, and which caused a large amount of carnage in the sense that 4 or 5 of his friends were killed, and Assad himself lost 3 of his limbs. He lost 1 leg above the knee, another leg below the knee, and his left arm at the shoulder. And so he's a triple amputee, a child. His whole life is in front of him, and the quality of prosthetic care in Gaza and in Palestine in general is very poor.
There is a humanitarian crisis facing children in the Middle East. Thousands of children living in the occupied West Bank and Gaza Strip, southern Lebanon, and war-torn Iraq are in need of advanced medical care that is not available to them locally. Palestine Children's Relief Fund is a non-profit organization that was established to address this humanitarian crisis by allocating cost-free medical care and other urgent aid for injured and sick children in the region. Established in 1991, the PCRF's initial mission was to arrange free treatment for Palestinian children injured in the First Intifada by placing them in U.S. hospitals. Since then, hundreds of children have traveled for millions of dollars worth of donated medical care at top hospitals in North America, Europe, and parts of the Middle East. In 1997, the PCRF began sending volunteer medical missions to the Middle East to provide free surgical care for sick and injured children, as well as expert training for local medical personnel. Throughout the years, thousands of children have been treated by these visiting teams. In addition to providing urgent medical care for injured and sick children from all over the Middle East, the PCRF also provides other forms of humanitarian aid and services in the region. We currently run summer camps for disabled youths, provide powdered milk for malnutrition children, and run a child sponsorship program that provides disabled children with medicine. We continue to distribute highly specialized wheelchairs for disabled people in Palestine, Lebanon, and Syria, with over 2,000 distributed in the region. We also run a women's empowerment program in Lebanon's refugee camps, and we are currently working to provide free eyeglasses for every child who needs them for school. Over 15 years later, the PCRF continues to work hard to address the humanitarian crisis facing children in the Middle East.
There is no end in sight to the conflict and occupation in the Middle East. The Palestine Children's Relief Fund is one of the leading humanitarian organizations addressing the needs of children. Do something positive to help the most vulnerable victims of conflict. Support the Palestine Children's Relief Fund in helping to heal the suffering of these unfortunate children. Thank you. And God bless you.